Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to Disco Elysium, where, I'm debating. One thing I'm not debating is the fact that we need to do that. Although, I did just have a pop-up saying that if we slept, we would recover all our health and morale, and I might have just wasted that. But on the off chance I didn't, that's what we're gonna do. Anyhow, guy whose name I keep forgetting, Measurehead, he's gonna be taking down a body for me, so we wanna go over there now, because I assume I have limited amounts of time. Probably. Maybe. We'll find out in a moment. Okay, come on, just a little bit faster, guys. And I'm hoping we can go take Everard Claire's deal whenever. I'm also hoping we don't have to. But I don't know how open world this RPG is. It might be a little bit more linear than we expect. But maybe not. Maybe I don't need him. Or, maybe, well, yes, reading passes time. Well, thank you, that's useful. Question mark. Related note, do I actually have the money to do that? Buying a book, that is. You have anything to say to me? No?
So, how'd you like our harbor?
God, I hate it. You've been there, he means. Talk to the boss man too, probably. Labor Utopia? Not approvingly. That didn't seem like that. It was nice enough. It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains, he notes solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face. I'm surprised this doesn't have voice acting. Anyway, right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. Any idea who killed the Hangman? The Mercenary, He was a mercenary. Okay. Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? He shakes his head solemnly. The Merc was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example, harbors. What a thought, he scoffs, looking shocked. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course. Pushed how? Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. Aha! What does that mean? He was an agent of the opposition attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. Who called this? Pretty sure it was me. Did you kill him? That's like... Yes, senor, I killed him. Like, what did you think he was gonna say? I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men with all sorts of skills. He's not lying about not doing it himself. Understood, the lieutenant takes a note. This has been of limited use, still, thank you. No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search. I bet. This is gonna end in tragedy. 'Cause, honestly, Everard Claire is a sleazy business guy, but as far as I can tell, he has the workers', best interests, or at least the workers are getting a good deal out of the whole thing. Anyhow, before we actually go in there... Oh. Well, screw you, whirling in rags. Wish I could talk to her again. Failed a few checks, but oh well. Anyway. Before we get to the actual removing of the body from the tree, gotta have a little bit of a chat here. Oh, hey, this place is actually, pretty busy. Haha. Chose the correct time. Ooh. A little bit more poppy, like that. Yeah, here's your trash container key. Thanks, hope you found what you're looking for. I mean, I found the victim's clothes. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Who else has keys to the trash container? The trash collection service? CS Municipal? I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though. Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. It'll have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Could someone on your staff have put them there? Sylvie had the keys before I got here. Oh? I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with a crime scheme. Yeah, okay, I totally trust you. Maybe you don't remember Actually, could it have been Sylvie? I can think of scenarios where she would be doing it, but it doesn't seem right. Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state. Your grimace is, I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Ooh, ouch. Gart, I saw another thing at the whirling. Except I didn't. About that money I owe. How much do I owe you? Oh, it is only 100 real. I thought it was 120 for some reason. Okay. Yeah. Bye. I like how this is much more, you know, upbeat than it was a minute ago. Here, I'm here to steal your flour. By which I mean money. I'm not even gonna try with that one. A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods towards the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Gorsi and Quebec. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Gorsi Quebec. Please, it's not funny. Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions? Gorsi Quebec. Huh. The man pulls his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. You got some impressive pots there. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove. Yeah, I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine? What? Stay masculine, my friend! What a weird thing. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery. I wonder where this door leads. You do? The lieutenant regards you with patient skepticism. It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? I mean, I'm drawn to its cobalt blue. It is quite pretty. I suppose we could look into it as a side investigation. It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it. No, the door's a mega investigation. I'm calling it Behind the Blue Door. Ooh, I like this, though. The door in the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation. Explore the... We have secret passages? If you say so, he looks at the door, then you... Gar is the person asking about this, the cafeteria manager. Touch the door. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to the touch. The stainless steel is door flush with its frame on every side. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers, 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe? Leads to a side building adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever's behind it must be older. Try pushing on the door. No, nothing. Okay. Fair. Hey, Gart, I got another thing, as it were.
Can I help you?
Yeah, saw another thing. Here's the thing. The mysterious blue steel door in back of the kitchen. Oh yes, that door. Sure, there's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. Do you know what's behind it? Do you have... No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there, and I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just the Freet. That's how you actually pronounce it. Instead of frittata. Warehouse, probably. I'm going to keep calling it frittata. Because, damn it, they decided 3 T's on that. Gonna pronounce every one of them. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt. He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing. I think you'd like to know what's back there. Fine, okay, a little, he shrugs, but my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals, and I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yeah, goodbye for now. Racist China mug. Do you have anything to say on this? I want to get into that mug talk again. But it will not happen. The mug talk is exhausted. It's time to return to work. Okay, fine. Let's see here.
Again, sweetie.
Sweetie needs money. Do you, Sweetie, get money? This is such a dick move. No, I'm not even going to do that. I am going to talk to this fellow, though. Hello, look at you relaxing over here. It's all about money, you know? Oh, well, you gotta spend money to make money. True enough, I suppose. Ah, here we go. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree. A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. Inspect the piece of plastic on his carabiner. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. Why would I want a dock worker's ID? I can't really think of a reason. Let's try wake him up. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in the ship's engine room. Pick up the pills? The man does not mind. He probably needs them more than he does. Wow, okay. That's a bit of a dick move on my part, but okay. Could steal his ID, but why would I want to? I do not understand the benefit, so I don't think I'm going to do that. Like, I feel like if I steal his ID, and he wakes up later, I'm gonna get into trouble. With him, specifically. And if I don't have a reason to need the ID, which to my knowledge I don't. Maybe I do? I don't know. Maybe there was a way to sneak into the dock workers area? Huh. Anyhow. Oh, wait, do I have to talk to Measurehead? I assumed that they would just send Measurehead. Dang it. Alright. Back there in a moment. Actually, Kuno, we gotta talk here. I ain't your enforcer, boyo.
Oh, does Kuno care?
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. He said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock? North Jamrock, you correct you. Kuno meant everything north of 881. The rooster fucked Kuno's words up. Kuno doesn't do south. Doesn't fuck with the madre. Kuno sent your fat ass running around like Jello. Look, pig. He's suddenly all business. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on. Whatever, kid. What is this, trying to be cool with your new asshole? Kuno was just being nice to you. He waves you off. Yeah, fuck bad. Now limp the fuck out of here. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face. Got some questions? No. Want to discuss the body with you? Nope. Yeah. Question, I can talk to this kid?
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
What?
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
Just want to ask you some questions.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
What are the strange words you use, girl?
I come from the woods, Kuta Vitu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing, eh? Get the fuck out of there!
Uh-huh. Interesting.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me!
Murder was the case they gave me.
Okay, enough of that foolishness. Although, maybe some of those other let me look at those other options real quick, actually.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Listen, child. This is always a great way to address kids, by the way. Yeah, listen, child. That corpse made me puke twice, and I was wondering why you don't.
Stay away from me, pig. You don't want to see what happens when you corner me.
Corner you? Really? Really, kid? Really? Huh. Interesting. Oh, well, anyhow, it is getting a bit late, and... Do I have a place to sleep? Or am I just sorta gonna... Yeah, how do I live, actually? Now that it's nighttime. I was under the impression Claire was just gonna have Measurehead, you know, do his thing. Also, my god, that bass. There you are. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race in meat.
It was just something I had to do. Our personal dynamic has changed. He pauses for a second. A little. Everett told you to help us get the body down from the tree. So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior. They then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands. Race combat. Oh. It's like a horrible version of Mortal Kombat. You're so noble, Measurehead. Yeah, okay. There's a but. But while I'm gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. He turns to Kim, both of you. Okay, then. Wait here while Measurehead goes. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time. I cannot do Measurehead's voice very well. Someday. Not today. Alright, guess we just hang out here for a little bit. Just gonna sip the water and... Oh, nope, never mind. The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves. So you guys are like cops or something? Yeah, we're the law around here. Oof, we're just trying to keep things from going to shit. Yeah. Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? The woman twirls her hair. I'm Katya, by the way. You hear that? The lieutenant looks towards the yard. That sound, he's breaking something. Yeah, Measurehead's babe. Wow, just call her Katya or something, but whatever. Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. Wish I could see it. I also wish I could see it. Well, nah, I'm not gonna try to do his voice. Look at you, RCM Rent-A-Cops, a loud voice booms in from below. Guarding that bridge like Everett's lapdogs. Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale. And who are you? The lieutenant fires back. What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you? That's none of your business. A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno! Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him. Yo, did you kill Kuno? Because I'm not sure if I would miss him, honestly. But, well, here we are. The corpse has been removed from the tree. He brushes wooden flakes from his head. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with race victory today. Okay. Yeah, Measurehead. Thank you for your cooperation, Measurehead. Farewell, Ham Sandwich. You are a Union man from now on. Thank you. Oh. You know what? His philosophy is horrible, but I kind of love Measurehead a little bit. It's like, oh my god. He is the dumbest. Ham Sandwich Man. Oh, dear. Anyway. Horrible racial supremacists aside, yeah, let's see about this body, because I got this feeling that he didn't do it well. And with Kuno laughing, I don't like that. Okay. The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pine wood branch. It's gently laid on one side. Beautiful. Wipes a tear from your eye. Mr. Measurehead has done a good job, Lieutenant nods approvingly. Nothing is too broken or compromised. Victim is ready for a field autopsy. A field autopsy? Yes, he covers his nose and lists. 1. Investigation at the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We're on number 3. The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual. What the fuck are they on about? Cop's gonna cut shit up. Don't we have someone else for this? A doctor? No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work, everything. I'm sorry, wait, honorary rank of detective? An honor and a burden. Attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able, usually after 5 to 8 years of fieldwork. Mine is lieutenant detective. Yes, I feel like a detective. You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now, the way I see it, he looks at the corpse with some disgust, is either this or we complete the initial interviews. We already met Everhart. That only leaves the Wild Pines representative. There's one in town negotiating the strike. She could have information. Ooh, I mean... let's do this. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. First, what exactly is a field autopsy? Come on, officer. He pulls on a pair of latex gloves. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them. What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano Corpus Mundi is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single Et puis du sang to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea. Why don't you know? What use are you? Do you have another pair of gloves? Unfortunately, no. I have gardening gloves. Maybe they are enough? They're better than nothing. Lieutenant looks at the gloves. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes. You just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger. That's right. Open your ledger at the field autopsy form? The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out. It begins with begin. Assistant. That's you. Write Harry Dubois. And the initials. The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings. It just lies there. Next box says, coroner's case, no. Case number. Duh. How do you know that, Kim? KK equals Kim Kitsuragi, 57, precinct 15, followed by his date and time of arrival on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. Fair. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials. Write it down. Name? Not applicable. Date of birth? Not applicable. Age? Man corrects his glasses. Roughly 50. Try 40. Damage is so extensive it's better to err on the young side. I'm gonna write 42. He nods. Race. Mondial. Means nothing to me. Fair to olive skin from the Isola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other. Sex. Fucky. The little monster exclaims energetically. Male. Right, male. Not even gonna... Nope, not even gonna dignify you that, Kuno. Nope. Nor does he look male with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face. I mean, you sure about that? Okay, anyway. Date of death. We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? He looks over his shoulder. Body identified by is not applicable. Case number is the same as the coroner's case. KK 57 0503 0815 listens, motionless. With a cargo belt still around his neck, only one box remains. Evidence of treatment. None, at least not after the initial examination. What exactly is treatment, anyway? Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem. I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over? They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dock workers. He places his hand on the dead man's chest as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath, ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. Takes him 2 seconds to reform, then... Somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand on the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside. Light drizzle. There's darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette ball-like against the window. Outside Grand Couronne. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Torson. Hand extended, he approaches to make sure she is dead, more than anything else. And so all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath. We should start the post-mortem. Turn the page. Damn, Esprit de Corps. Huh. That's a powerful little paragraph you got there. Anyway, sorry. The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copy of paper try to answer why. Eternal examination. External examination summary. Clothes, he begins. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is babroidine, I think. Let's see. He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label. See, it's happening. Babroidine, yes, inexpensive, size M, color white. The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid. Write it down. The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing. It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sure. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else. When am I going to get them? Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away. There'll be a window of opportunity after the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege. Ooh, I kinda wanna take him, but at the same time it seems like a bad idea. Write it down. I'm a good cop. The only good cop, perhaps. Boot has a serial number. Twist the dead man's foot. It's E50-100-1000. Lines between the plate are in the shape of the alphanumerical. Number is purposely concealed by the design. Write it down. Tattoos. He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo resembling a microelectronical circuit board. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a TreeGap Mini. Write it down. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow, length 3 meters. There's a buckle on the other end. He produces a measuring tape. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters, generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good, ambient temperature below freezing. Write it down. Really? Okay. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. He kneels in to get a better look. Deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short. Touch the corpse's hair before moving on? His hair feels wet, soaked with rain. Cold to touch. Not that different from a living person after a swim. Stroke his hair, gently. The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to your hand like a thread off a ragdoll's head. There's brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil. Write it down, adding the brilliantine. Lividity is consistent with hanging, albeit faint, as noted. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity. Fucking low velocity! Yes, that's definitely horrible, and I'm not saying that on anything I'm recording. The kid explodes. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max! Talking shit about Kuno's velocity. Lieutenant pays no heed. In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest consistent with predation. Write down. Ligature mark. The lieutenant produces a small folding knife with the other hand pulling on the belt. He starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut. The steel wiring, he concedes, breathless. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark. You have the right tool for that. Chain cutters. Good thing we got these chain cutters. Pull out the rubber grip cutters. Always good to think ahead. Now, he points to the rope, squeezing the dead man's neck. We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Careful with as much precision as you can. See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off. No, he ain't. Stier looks blasé. Your pig's a boring fuck. Hey! Look for a good spot to cut. The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of the neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose. There we go! After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot, tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles down, sweat forming on your brow, press down, and snap. The knot is slashed, another cut, and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature marks around it. The lieutenant kneels closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap. The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is the back of the neck. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Write it down. Chest is intact. He presses down on it. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia. He pulls down the man's underpants. Now it's gonna happen, see? I fucking knew it. Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Really, dude? Inspect the genitals. The dead man's penis is average size, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch. Write that down and move on. Okay. Back is symmetrical and intact. He struggles to turn the corpse on his side. Upper and lower extremities are intact but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. Interesting. In addition, I see smaller residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin. From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades. Dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty. Scarring is extensive, way more than law officials. We have a real museum here, of battles, wars. Write it down. Last item, hands. He takes the man's right hand in his... He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Pick up the hand? His flesh is cold and icy. Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name? My name is... I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Cobo. What can I do for you, Il Cobo de Cappadocia? It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair? I did, Cobo, I did. It reminded me of when I was just a small boy. Before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean. Hands are clean. The lieutenant concludes. The dead man's fingers slip from your hand, cold and sausage-like. No sign of injury from struggling. Were we expecting any? I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, the stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Write it down. Ooh, he turns to decide to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face in the sleeve of his jacket. You hear a muffled voice. That's all for the external. Well done. What's next? Internal examination. Summary. Central nervous system, he says, and then concludes abruptly. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system? Of course there's a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to the story. If I may add, the moral of this story is don't get hung. What would that be? He looks at you inquisitively. The dead man looks too, with barely contained excitement, to hear the moral of his story. The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply. The lieutenant grins. I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. Alright, not applicable. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. He gets close to the mouth hole, eyes squinting from the stench. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone, let's see. With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat. Oh, God. And begins to massage it gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. Yeah, jack that fucker off. Thanks, Kuno Essay. That's keeping me from throwing up. The hyoid bone is fractured, he says after a while. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Write it down. Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. Respiratory system, he stops to exert more force. Both hands are used. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen, hemorrhaging present in mucosae of the lips and mouth. Look inside. No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in the mouth of his... I feel like this is a bad choice, but look deeper inside. There we go. It's hard. Once more you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction, your throat pumps a little something from your stomach into your mouth. You're forced to swallow just to keep looking. Inside you see darkness, just a mess of meat and darkness. There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later. Inland Empire. Why are you calling me Kobo now? Okay. Lieutenant lets go of the jaw. The mouth snaps shut before you, hemorrhaging present in mucus. He repeats impatiently. Write it down. Hepatobiliary, not applicable. Why, don't we have anything? Looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts. Thank you, actually. That's cute. That actually applies in the real world, too, but anyway. Hence why hepatitis is a issue with your liver. Yes, anyway. Am I an expert in those things? Nothing in your alcohol-soaked memory directs to having forensic experience on either one. Don't think so. Neither am I. And that's it? That's it. Okay. Same for toxicology and serology. Not applicable. Both? Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there. Reservoirs? No, but did they take obscure trivia and odd bits? Would obscure tidbits and odd trivia fit the fields? No. Like a toxicology screening? He looks at the monster. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request. Write not applicable and add toxicology requested. Cardiovascular, the body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood is gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with a hanging. Gastrointestinal, he breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, the pool of feces there. This'll do. Then he touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly and says, digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. Write it down. Omit the voila. What's next on the list? Description of injuries. Summary. Let's see. He tilts his head. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one, too. What's the 4th one for? Nothing, just in case. Bite marks. He nods. Head, chest, and scalp, bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer? Beneath the description, there are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. Non-fatal. Probably. I don't know. Maybe. Agreed. Next injury? Contusions. So, the scalp bleeds from post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury did not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. A perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem. At maximum velocity, fucko! Oh, God, Kuno. Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity. Write it down. Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath the description of injury, 2 boxes. Non-fatal, post-mortem. Turn the page back real quick. Tell me something, dead man. Shoot, Looney Rooney. At the autopsy, you said you have ancient mysteries. Oh yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth, tracts and wakes and waterways, ancient materials buried. Yeah, but to where, brother? A small gulp away, my beloved Kobo. A small gulp away. Okay. Enough. Try to remove the dead man's boots? I thought we decided to leave it to processing. The lieutenant shakes his head. Let's not turn this into some kind of a circus. Damn it, this is turning into some sort of mega puzzle. Okay, so you can sneak out of your room, maybe, after he's gone to sleep. Description of injuries. Summary. Ligature mark. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 kilometers. Yes, 7 kilometers wide. 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs clawing on the neck. Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The the man's head jerks to the side, awaiting your judgment. The ring around the neck is visible. I think it's post-mortem, though. I do believe that is post-mortem. Lieutenant falls silent abruptly. Why do you say that? I'm serious, I don't think this was the injury that killed him. Okay, why don't you think it was fatal? I don't like the coloration. The lividity did not convince me. Most everything else on the victim says otherwise. He pauses, but I agree. I was ready to establish a cause of death here, officer. But now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being. He produces a small... I have 2 skill points to burn. Anyway, he produces a small plastic roll from his jacket and body bag. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. First, how did it go? It was a... He looks for the right words. Irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success. We also requested toxicology screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks. If we're lucky, I would not hold my breath. What else? We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What's there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy. What now? I need a copy of that autopsy form, then I'll drive him to Faubourg? Rip out a copy of the autopsy pages for processing. He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of the red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something. Ooh, can I? Oh. I don't know. This seems like a bad idea, but perception, it seems like it's a useful thing, so... What if I level that up twice? It's still a low chance, but it's better. I mean... Whew. Let's shoot it. You run your hand over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso, with his swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough? Look under his fingernails like Kim already did. His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There's dirt under them. That's all. You think we missed something? You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you. Yes, there's something we're not seeing. Okay, well, we're in liver mortis here. He's disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination. We need to do it fast. Okay, where do we find a fridge for the body? Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building? Why, yes, there was. Now, Detective, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge, but I think we should still take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. He closes his notebook and cracks his neck. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we're looking for in the deceased will become harder to find. Alright. And I think we'll talk with Kim and deal with that ice bear fridge later. Oh, you guys leaving? Oh no! Oh no! God, no, don't leave. Oh, please stay. But no. Thank you all for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly, and I will see you all soon. And there's the below freezing temperatures. Good. Good.